Welcome back to the channel. Today I want to do a quick overview and introduction to Disney Sorcerer's Arena, which I find to be a fun side game. My primary is Marvel Strike Force, but this launched last week and I've been dabbling with it. I like the characters, and for one specific reason, I have a reason to play it. It's really over time, there's a section of the game that I think is really accessible to my kids if they just want to have something to do, if we're, say, trapped in an airport or elsewhere. But until then, there's a lot of other things to do. So coming from a Marvel Strike Force perspective, there's some things that you should notice first. Up here, the gold energy is equivalent to our energy in Marvel Strike Force, and it's really where, like, cores equal these gems. Or gems equal cores in Marvel Strike Force. There's 3 refreshes a day for 50 that make total sense to do. Past that, I haven't spent any gems on anything yet because I'm not sure what else might be of use. Called Grand Campaign that use this purple energy, and you know that they're great. Both of them have free bonus energy you can get by watching ads. So you can turn on the ads and walk away and then click the button later. Or you can also ask for it from the clubs. Clubs equal alliances. You can ask for it. It doesn't cost anybody anything, so that's nice. Club dungeons are... I don't know how this really relates to in Marvel Strike Force, but it's kind of like a raid, but not really. Basically, you just keep going through node after node after node. They reset every week. I've only been playing for a week. It's reset once so far, so I'll say it that way. Clubs equal the alliance. Here's where you can see what people have requested, either in gear, which we have rules around that, or in extra refreshes or energy or tips. And all it is say, hey, if somebody clicks on it, for most things except for gear, it's just waiting for somebody in the club to grant it to them. So that's not a problem. Summoner challenges equals the same as our daily challenges. On Sunday, all of them are available. On each other day, a couple of them are available. They have different restrictions on who can participate. It's literally exactly like challenges in Marvel Strike Force. Tower is like towers in other games. You can reset it once a day and see how far you can go. There are multiple different towers of difficulty that allow you to gain spells. So the main, this is a character collector game, so you can collect a lot of characters here. You start off with different teams. The best characters that I have so far are ones that I just essentially started with, which is Mickey, Aladdin, who's fast and has evasion. Sully's not great, but he's a tank. Ariel's great, and I should have taken her to this blue gear tier 4 first because she has leadership ability, and Buzz later helps unlock a lot of things. You get to pick what your priorities are here. There's videos from other content creators who say, who's the best? Well, this is a Disney game. If I wanted to focus on who's the best, I do that in Marvel Strike Force. Here, I'm just being relaxed. I'm playing free-to-play. I'm going to work on characters that I want to work on just because I want to work on them. They need to be okay. I don't want them to be in trash tier. But past that, I'm not really worried about, who's the meta, who does what. That's a bunch of nonsense. So here, in the daily quest, you obviously get a log of things that you need to do. It doesn't take very long to do them. This is a very light touch game compared to what Marvel Strike Force is now. Of course, when Marvel Strike Force launched, it was lighter too. There wasn't as much to do there as there is now. Club Conquest is an interesting 3v3 club, so you got a triangle, not just 1 versus 1, but 3 of them, and you're trying to take over a map. I don't understand it yet. My characters were too low to really participate in the first version, but it's kind of like Alliance War, a type event. When you get into battles, it's similar here. So heroes, obviously you can only use heroes. So Marvel Strike Force, that's a direct tie-in to our heroes campaign. Villains campaigns, the same thing. Once you get into the campaigns, in the elite nodes, this is a little more like Star Wars Galaxy Heroes. In the elite nodes, you can farm some characters very, very slowly. You can only do 3 attempts a day on it, and you can only get 1 shard per day. So 1 shard if you're lucky. These are very slow farms. The rest is about gear and unlocking through different tiers of the conquest. If you can finish all of like tier 3, then you get a box They're not. It's not astonishing, but it's just fun. And just like in Marvel Strike Force, over time you unlock all of them. It makes it easier. You can have more characters you can farm very, very slowly, and then different gear that you can farm from those nodes too. Um, the There's not a Blitz equivalent, but probably the closest to Arena in Marvel Strike Force is this Sorcerer's Tournament. You're limited how many you can do each day, and right now it's kind of a free for all. I haven't even hit any real. I've been doing it for a little over a week by 5 attempts a day. I'm still like not close to hitting any real competition yet. So the currencies over here, these the two swords on a shield. The store that's important. They call this the store. It's in the store. This is like Offerland. So I don't like the store. You've never seen so many offers like Jafar, 2 Jafar bundles, a Jasmine, a Genie, an Aladdin, Foul Play, Power Up, 10x, Tower 2, Value, and they change all the time. It's just amazing how many there are, and clearly they're trying to monetize. Hey, that's what they do. Great. I'm here to play free to play though, because I just can't imagine wailing out on Disney characters like, yay, I spent $100 on Ariel. That's just a little creepy. But yeah, you get a few of these through gameplay. These are like their packs. So the kind of packs that you'll see here, this 4-hour free chest equals our basic orb. Basically, I mean, that's all it is. Add chest, you can watch ads. You get a tiny bit of gold and training mats and the premium currency. I mean, 2. Once a day, every 3 days, you get these crests, 1 a day, and then after each 3 days, you get a loyalty chest. Okay. Once a day, you get a little bit better chest. Okay. I mean, it's not amazing, but it's free. It gives you a little something to do. You can spend as much as you want on premium currency, just like every other game. So we'll just leave that be. But that's their store. I don't think there's really an equivalent except our offers. But the amount of offers that are available in this game is kind of bonkers. I guess you get your kids screaming that I gotta have Frozen, and then you pay for it, or you don't. Like, I will not allow my kids to scream at me that they want Frozen or Jasmine or whatever. But exchange is more like the different game modes. Of course, the exchange also has premium currency, because why not? And their gold store is all about materials to level up characters. The club exchange you get through different activities with the club each day. You have these are ways you can gather more of the character currency and some of the more higher tier materials that are more difficult to get. So right now I'm farming Jack Sparrow just because I want to unlock him. The arena currency is where the best characters in the game are right now. This Shan Yu is what you'll hear about as a top character, Mordu, Hades. But, I'm playing this because the way I want to do it, I'm picking up the Big Bad Wolf. And I'm going to work the city, or not city, it's not silly. It's called Downtown Villains with the Big Bad Wolf, Jangles the Clown, Dr. Facilier, who's the Minerva-ish character in the game. So I just know how I want to play it. Get some interesting characters later, like Zerg will be there as part of the game. And to get him, you need the Downtown Villains. And finally, in the Tower Exchange, once you gather enough towers, you get items for spells. So we talked about earlier the character collection side of things, and you can collect and collect and collect. I mean, there's plenty here. Obviously, they can watch Disney movies till the end of time and pull characters out. And that's the intent of the game. Spells is something similar. So you get certain abilities that aren't tied just to the character. Like here's the Headless Horseman. Here is one of the Sheriff of Nottingham's archers from Disney's Robin Hood. This is Duke Kaboom, which I don't remember from Toy Story, but I assume he's important. The Army Men are supposedly one of the best spells in the game, and I can see why I love those guys in Toy Story. But there's just a bunch of them here. Iago, fairies, snow geese. I mean, they're all interesting to collect, but, this isn't the game I'm going to wail on. So that's why I'm building a free-to-play guide. But that's generally how it goes. I haven't hit a wall in gold. I haven't, figured out anything important to do with the premium currency. I mean, obviously they want you to buy packs and characters with it, but that's not what I'm going to do. I'm taking a free-to-play approach, at least until I find something of high value. I mean, I'm a week in. I don't know what the value is. Folks who've been since beta might know what the value is, but most of the ones I've seen so far, they just like to whale. So if they like to whale, they may not really understand how to find a true value if your tendency is to be free to play anyway. But the one reason that one real value I see in the game is once you can do your collecting, I don't think kids should be playing a game like this most of the time. Someone with like an ability to think through how much they want to spend or not spend and be able to rationally plan through and build up characters over time. That's not necessarily a small child Disney consuming audience skill set. But once the deck is built, there's this real-time PvP mode over here that I could let my kids play this once in a while. They could pick whoever they want. Just keep grinding at it. They'll just pick. I mean, they may lose. Whoop-de-doo. They could have fun playing with the characters that they want to, as long as I make them available to them through, gradual free-to-play acquisition over time. And that's my quick intro to my free-to-play approach to Disney Sorcerer's Arena so far, especially from a Marvel Strike Force player's perspective. I hope everyone is staying safe and healthy, and I look forward to talk to you more, both about Marvel Strike Force when there's more topics, and Disney Sorcerer's Arena, which I will keep on the back burner, but as steady progress over time. I think it's fun, and I think that my kids will enjoy once in a while when we're trapped.